Here in Manchester we get cargo ships, 30 miles inland from the coast, and whenever I get into this conversation with somebody, they can't quite believe it, but we really do. We see regular ships like this, and this, because the sea comes inland to Liverpool and beyond as part of the River Mersey. From here, Eastham Locks acts as the gateway to the city of Manchester. This is the Manchester Ship Canal, a 36-mile long inland waterway in the northwest of England linking Manchester to the Irish Sea. I was pottering around the shack on a dull summer's afternoon when I heard a crackle on the radio. It's Swami, a 2,800-ton general cargo ship, and the radio traffic I heard was its pilot announcing preparations to leave the port of Salford. Now, I made a video like this with tons of radio comms as two ships battled icy fog on the ship canal during a freezing day last winter, so if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below and at the end. I knew Swami was about to leave, so I raced over to my first stop, Barton Swing Bridge and Swing Aqueduct. One carries the road and the other carries the Bridgewater Canal, and they swing out of the way of ships navigating the Manchester Ship Canal below. As I got there, the wigwag lights were flashing, the barriers were down, both bridges had swung aside, but I'd missed Swami by seconds. So I ran back to the car and raced it over to Barton Locks, and when I got there, the ship was inside. Swami is 90 metres long, so a relatively small cargo ship compared to how big some of them can be, but the ship canal is quite narrow and shallow in some places, so a pilot will board the ship at Liverpool and take charge as it meanders its way down the canal. The pilot is on board today bringing the ship back, and as it gets to the bottom of the lock at Barton, he calls up Eastham and asks if they can exit the lock and continue their journey.
Eastham, Swami.
Swami, Eastham.
Just about the bottom level at Barton now. Are we clear to proceed when the gates open?
Yeah, you're all clear for Earl and no reported traffic, over.
Thank you.
Eastham is at the end of the ship canal and there's a control room there in which a radio operator controls all movements up and down the canal. Before long the gates open and Swami exits the lock on its way, with the gates closing behind. The next stop is Earlham Locks, a similar procedure to Barton, and after the water has been emptied from the lock, Swami asks for permission to leave. I didn't catch this though, as I wanted to get ahead of the ship and meet it at Latchford Locks in Warrington.
Eastham, Swami.
Swami, Eastham.
Bottom level at Earlham. Are we clear to proceed when the gates are open?
Swami, Eastham, yeah, all clear to Latchford. No reported traffic, no sluicing, over.
Thank you.
As I arrived at Latchford, Swami had just rounded the corner into view and can be seen here 2.5 miles in the distance heading my way. Now, I wanted to fill this video with lots of radio traffic like the winter one, but Swami is quite a low ship and my base station was far away at this point, so I didn't get a great deal of comms unfortunately, but I'll still show you everything that happened. Again, the video I took in winter is loaded with radio comms, so I'd appreciate it if you checked that one out as well. As Swami approaches the locks, the gates are opened, ready for it to enter. The flashing light on the signal gantry I assume is clearing the ship into the lock, which eventually turned white. A storm is approaching and the sky is black, the lighting is terrible, and a small shower starts to fall on the canal. Other two-way radios in use by the engineers on the lock signalled Swami to approach slowly and enter the lock with careful steering instructions given by the crew to the pilot. Now that Swami is safely in the lock, the gates close behind and the water level will soon begin to fall. Another small boat named Bolin has slowly made its way up the canal to the central lock where it'll moor up for the day. This is one of two passenger ferries on the canal that are used to take people across at locations where bylaws of days gone by indicate that a public right-of-way must be maintained. One is Hume's ferry down at Davyhulme and this one has come from Thelwall. With the gates shut and water exiting from the lock, Swami begins her descent. Swami is now bottom level, meaning the gates can be opened to allow it on its journey. Before it moves, the pilots call Knutsford Road swing bridge up ahead to give the operator plenty of notice to open. In the distance you can see the bridge opening as Swami starts to move forward. The taller bridge beyond is the Ackers Road high level bridge, exactly 1 mile in the distance. From here, Swami continued its journey through the numerous bridges that cross the Manchester Ship Canal all the way over to the Eastham Lock, where it exited into the River Mersey. From there it passed the port of Liverpool and went on to its destination, Limerick in Ireland. As I said earlier, I lost radio comms on this occasion unfortunately, but there's always next time. For anybody wanting to monitor the Manchester Ship Canal, the frequency is 156.7, Marine Channel 14.